Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi samil alim min ash-shaytanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I should say to you that my good friend and brother asked me to say a few words. It's not something I'm seeking or asked for. So speaking to an esteemed audience like you, brothers and sisters, on a night like tonight, when you have the knowledge of Sheikh Mahdi, you have my friend and brother Nahidian forever, and you have Brother Qasim who spoke, I believe that's his name. So it's not really much for me to say because I think everything has been said. But I will say this, that no creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, human or otherwise, has the right or the permission to live in a status of a dictator telling him or her what to do. That can be in the form of a person or a regime. Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made, whether it's a flower, a plant, a planet, fish in the sea, resist dhulm. And we cannot live with it. We cannot even adjust ourselves to live with it. We cannot dupe ourselves to accommodate it. Within the internal depths of ourselves, we have to resist. We have to resist the tyrants and tyranny. And the resistance can not only be a feeling, it has to be the way we organize our lives. Every year, those people who remember Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam and what happened at Karbala, we adorn ourselves in black and the clothing that's symbolic of sadness and grief. But that's a start, that's not an end. We have to do more. We have to come back every year, kullu yawmin ashura, kullu ardin Karbala. We have to come back next year with the report card for ourselves and community that shows that a big difference has been made. Like Hajj. Hajj is performed every year. Muslim community goes there. We go from year to year. And what do you see? Tragedy to tragedy. I cannot put my hands on something that's improved, which means there's a deficiency that Sheikh Mahdi is pointing to. Something's missing. So we have to start with our individual selves to move to our collective selves, starting with the point of the incident of Karbala has to be framed as the most significant event and probably the second most significant event in human history. Because what happened in Karbala shaped humanity to the end of time, all humanity, not just the Muslims. Had he failed, and he didn't, he won, because martyrdom is a victory in any place, in any time. But had he failed, then you and I would not be here today. It's no question about that. Because Islam, the most dangerous thing to Islamic community then and now is when it's hit from the back inside. If it's hit from the outside, the external enemies, we all know what to do. We can drop all of our differences. But when that inside hit comes when there's a big beard and tasbih and good recitation and hit from the inside, that's where the danger lies. And that's what the Imam alayhi salam stood against, being hit from the inside, which is what we're suffering from today. Those traitors and those rebels. So what are our marching orders? Because we have to come back. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam said, Hel min nasirin yansuruni. Who's out there going to help me? And that's not a call to be trapped in history. That's a call that goes to the end of time. And we, individually and as a community, have to put our eyes on where that help needs to be, and it has to be prioritized. We have to break out of, alhamdulillah, every one of us is trying to do good in our own little orbit. Wonderful. But there are some things we can do collectively where we can get maximum dividend if we do it together. So remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finally said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan, innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. We cannot be in the cut of shaitan. Democracy, these man-made systems, this idiot on 16th Street, this MBS character in Saudi Arabia, all of this dhulm has to be rejected in our heart of hearts and in our activity if we really love Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Wa salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.